I've mentioned this in previous videos that I have done, but this time I want to dive a little deeper into the subject because it is something that's important to me, and I think it's something that really needs to be talked about a lot more. So let's get right to it. I identify as Latina, and the reason why I say Latina is because it has an A at the end for the feminine derivation of that word. If I were a man or identified as a man, I would use Latino, which the O means masculine. Instead of making it masculine and feminine, you might see Latin with an X or Latin with an at symbol. And what that does is it makes the word gender neutral. So there's different ways of saying it. You can say Latinx or Latinax or Latinao, Latinat. It depends. I usually say Latinao because it puts the two together and it kind of just sounds cooler, I think, than saying Latinat. Sounds, I don't know, weird to me. And there are individuals who do not identify as either Latino or Latina or Latinat or Latinao or anything. They call themselves Hispanic. So for the purpose of the video, I'll use both. One of the biggest misconceptions, and I think it's probably the biggest one that I've seen so far, because I've been on the internet for a while, and it's one of the ones that I've seen brought up countless times. Well, you don't speak Spanish, so you can't be Latino or Latina or Hispanic. You don't have to actually know Spanish to identify as Hispanic or Latino. A lot of our parents and grandparents and cousins and sisters and brothers, they either came over to the United States from being born in Cuba or Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic, and they came over here and either had to assimilate into American culture, which meant learning English so that they could kind of get by in everyday life, or they were born here in the United States and were never actually taught the language. I was lucky in that my parents were adamant in teaching me Spanish first before I ever set foot into an American school. So by the time I walked into pre-K, I already knew some Spanish. That's not the case for a lot of people. A lot of people who have Hispanic or Latino families, they're never taught Spanish, or they're taught Spanish and they kind of grow out of it because they become Americanized. It just means that we become part of a different culture, and the culture that we used to know kind of fades away into obscurity. And you know, they don't want to go back to it, which is fine, or they do want to go back to it but don't know how, and they either try to relearn Spanish or go back to their roots. But it's not necessarily something that erases their past completely. They're still Latino or Hispanic, or if they don't want to associate with either, then that's fine too. Another one that I've seen is, well, you don't look very Hispanic, you don't look very Latino or Latina or Latino. Again, this goes into cultures being mixed, coming over to the United States, going to different parts of the world, or just two people from two different parts of the world, and you get combinations of people that have traits from both parts of their family. We are a diverse group. There is no one right way to look Hispanic or Latino. It seems like something that would be common sense, but there's still this stereotype that we're all Mexican, or we're all Puerto Rican. I've actually had people ask me if I'm from Germany or Sweden. No, even though I have white skin, I still do identify as Latina. It's not just one particular skin tone, it's not just brown people, it's not just white people, it's not just black people. We have all kinds of beautiful skin tones in our culture as Hispanics or Latinos or Latinas or however you want to identify yourself. The third one that I've seen mentioned quite a bit is, well, you were never even raised Latino or Hispanic, so why are you calling yourself that now? Some people, when they come over to the United States or they go to another part of the world that's not related to Latino culture, they kind of lose track of what their history is. Some of us have to pick back up where our ancestors left off. Sometimes it takes us 20 years, 30 years, 60 years to finally realize where we actually come from and want to reclaim a bit of that so we can find some identity and a place in the world. It does not make someone's identity any less valid. So the next time you walk up to someone and they tell you, oh, well, I'm Latino or Latina or Latino or Hispanic, they're probably telling you the truth, and they're not just saying it to be cool or whatever. You're erasing their identity because you have a preconceived notion of what it means to be Hispanic or Latino. And if someone wants to identify themselves that way, then that's their right. I think I've said everything that I needed to say. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button because it really does help. And subscribe for future uploads. If you've got any questions or comments, please put them down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah! See ya!